What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am Stevie, the military biker. So as you can see in front of me, that is my 2021 Street Glide Special, and I keep my bike in my garage. Well, I've got a solution for you guys out there that have to get off your bike every time you come home to get your clicker, to open the garage door, to let yourself in, or indeed shout somebody to come and let you in. Well, I've got the perfect solution for you guys that I'm going to install and review on my Harley-Davidson today, and it's from a company, a veteran-owned company, which is even better, by the name of Rogers Unlimited. Okay guys, so as you can see, here is the box that it came in, the awesome bit of kit. That is this little beauty. This is an automatic garage door opener that you can fit onto your bike, programmed to open your garage door every time you come home. And all you got to do is press that little button there to make it go up, and press it again to make it go down. It's that simple. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this invention from Rogers Unlimited, again a veteran-owned company, which is awesome. Today I'm going to fit it to the 21 Street Glide and show you guys exactly how it works. So let's see what's in the box, apart from the remote and the button. Let's see. So you get a little polishing cloth afterwards, because let's be honest, you're going to be ripping off the fairing, either if you own a road glide or in this case a street glide. And inside the box as well, you get this little plastic bag, and inside of the little plastic bag are two cable ties for when you're going to be cable tying it down to inside the fairing, out of sight, along with some velcro as well, so you can literally stick it inside of the fairing, so you won't be able to see it. And of course, an important part of any installation, is the instruction book, the Universal Remote Instruction Manual. Now, as you guys know, there are different types of garage doors and garage door openers, and obviously this will tell us exactly how to fit in. So let's see what tools we need for this job, and then we're going to get in taking the fairing off. Alright guys, tools you're going to need for this job. Alright, if you have to take the speaker pod off, or you can just unscrew it, either way you're going to need these. So ratchet with a 3/4 inch deep socket, or indeed a 19mm, a T25 hex and a T20 hex, a little ratchet for attaching these bad boys to, because you're going to need them if you need to take the speaker pod off, with the extension and the adapter for these guys, long nose pliers, a 3/16 Allen key as we call it. You're going to need a little socket for getting the bolts off. Again, that is a, what is that? Just can't see. 7/16 socket. You're going to need a T25, a 732s, a 3/16 and a 532 bit. And that's exactly what you need to complete this job. So let's get at it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to remove is the front fairing, alright, and including the windshield and the windshield piece at the front there. That's got to come off, because we want to access, and including the light as well actually, because we want access to what most people call the cigarette lighter, which is on the other side of the fairing. We're going to be using the wiring from that to power the garage door opener, and obviously take out the old school cigarette lighter. So we're going to do that now using your T25 hex or your screwdriver. If at this point you can actually pull your windscreen out, then do so. If not, you have to wait till you've undone the screws on the fairing to pull out the windshield. But I came out. Okay, so next thing you want to do is remove the screws that are holding in your fairing to your front fairing to the back fairing, which is, there's one here, there's one down there, and again on the other side, they're in the same positions. So what you want to do is leave one in, probably this one actually, and cover up your front fender with something that's going to stop the front fender from getting scratched. Now what you want to also remember is the top two are the longer bolts, and you get shorter bolts down the bottom of the actual fairing itself, so make sure you put them back in the correct place. point, while it's still bitten on the thread, what you want to do is you want to hold the front of the fender, push it back towards so it doesn't actually just fall off and start rolling around on the floor, or if you've got a helper, get them to hold on to the front. Okay, once you've got your 4 screws out from the inside or from the inner fairing, next thing you want to do is you want to take out or remove the actual wing at the front itself, the outer fairing, and then you will notice that obviously in here your light is actually connected. So just if you want to disconnect it, disconnect it. If you don't want to, then it's fine to leave it on, but you will have to keep this into some sort of position so it doesn't fall everywhere. So I've removed my light so I can just remove the full fender like so. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be replacing this bloody thing in here, the old cigarette lighter, as it used to be called. And as you can see now that the front fairing's off, that is where it plugs into, right there. So what we're going to do is remove these wires and we'll go from there. Okay, so this again is the main wiring harness for the cigarette lighter, which we are going to be using to power the garage door opener. And literally all you do inside there is a little grey, it may be a different colour for you guys, but for me it's grey, and it goes literally, just pull it off, put your 2 fingers in either side, and it comes out like so. Okay, so next thing you're going to want to do is inside there you want to remove the old cigarette lighter, but it is a nightmare. You might have to remove the pod, this pod here, but I'm going to try it without actually removing the pod. I'm trying to use a pair of long nose pliers to get into the actual outer of the cigarette lighter, the outer casing of the cigarette lighter, to turn it, to unscrew it. So I'm going to give that a go now.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I have tried to get this out and it just will not budge. So unfortunately I'm going to have to remove the speaker pod. Now let me tell you about the speaker pod. It's a bit of a nightmare to get off, if I'm honest. So you got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 bolts, 5 maybe around the actual speaker pod itself, but then you've got 2 under here, which are an absolute nightmare to get to. So I'm going to try and take this off and see if we can actually get inside there to unscrew that, because it will not budge. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to remove the speaker pod.
6 months later.
Right, I'm going to be truly honest with you right now. That, taking all this off, is an absolute nightmare. So if you can actually get it out from just unscrewing it in there, good for you, man, because that, as some of you guys know that have changed out your speakers, etc., and as Big Steve says from Sick Baggers, you're definitely going to come up with a few more expletives, shall we say, whilst you're working on your bike than you normally would. Absolute nightmare to get off, it really is. But I'm going to take you, just quickly show you exactly what you need to take off. All right, so you're going to need to take off the 2 sort of the 3 Allen keys. These screws are going to be here, here, in here, and here. All right, they're the ones you're going to take off. Then you're also going to take off, there is one that goes into somewhere around here. 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in here. All right, you need to take those off. But once you've done that, around the side here, where this little plug is, you're going to need to take that plug out to get to the 2 screws, nuts, if you like, that are on the side there. They need to come out. And then underneath here, there are 3 screws, which I'll show you right now, which are the worst to get out. Now, there's one of them, all right, it's got a sort of Allen key head in the middle and the socket on top there. So I had to get the Allen key in there to get it out, all right. It is extremely tight in there, but there is 2 sort of close to you here. So there's 1 sort of there, there's 1 around this bit area, and there's 1 at the back as well, which you need to get out to enable the speaker pod to come off. After that little job, I need a quick drink. All right, so we can now take the speaker pod off, hopefully. There we go, perfect. Speaker pod comes off, just get it out of the way, and as you can see right there, there is your cigarette lighter that you need to unscrew the outer off the inner. So we're going to do that now. That's how easy that was. So just to show you, if you can actually get a set of needle nose pliers onto this piece here, this inner ring, then just work its way free, but you've got to keep this inner piece completely level and center, so that doesn't just spin like it was doing for me. And after all that work, that's how easy that was to take out once you got the speaker pod off. Now the good thing about taking your speaker pod off, obviously, is if you want to change your speakers out at the same time, then you can do. You just have to obviously take the other side off, and you can give this area here a good clean as well. So I'm going to give this a clean inside, because let's be honest, when's this going to come off again unless you can change your speakers? I'm going to give this a clean, and then we're going to get to fitting the Rogers Unlimited garage door opener. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to get your Rogers remote, and you want to obviously disconnect the actual push button from the wiring. So all you've got to do is push down on that little lip, like so, and then pull it out, okay? And what you'll see on the back there is the little prongs. I don't know if it's going to focus or what, but you need this piece and the washers and the nut to go in to this. Okay, so what you want to be left with is you want to be having those pieces right there. All right, you've got your black washer which sits on the inner fairing, or the outer fairing if you will, the rider facing side. You've then got your big washer that's going to go on the inside, and then obviously your screw nut that's going to go on the back of the switch from this side here. So what you want to do is you want to get your actual switch with the black washer, put it through this side, give it a little clean while you're there, why not? Like so. And then you want to get your outer washer, place it on, and with the little lip for the actual cabling on this side facing you, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to get your nut screw and then just start place it over the top without obviously threading it, and start screwing it up. And you can use Loctite at this point if you want to, but also what I will say, when you take that off, all right, it is quite loose, so just find the best place for it. All right, make sure you're looking on this side and whatever. You don't want a big gaping hole, all right, so just find a nice place for it, and then once you're happy, then you can start tightening it up. Now I am going to put some Loctite on this because I certainly don't want to go through the rigmarole of taking all of that off again, so I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on, blue Loctite, just to make sure it doesn't unscrew itself from the inside. Now it's at this point I've hand tightened it, so I just want to make sure she's nipped up pretty good. So you can either use a 3/4 deep socket, or if you haven't got one like me, you can use a 19mm deep socket. It just fits over the top like so, and then just give it a good secure where you want it. Don't go mad, obviously, but you do want to be pretty locked in, which, as you can see right now, is good as gold. Make sure the front is where you want it and it's all sealed, which it is. Once you're happy and she's all in place, what you need to do clearly is put your speaker pod back on. So I'm going to do that now. Nobody wants to see me go through that again, so I'll see you when it's done. Okay, now I've aged 20 years and had nearly had an aneurysm. It's time to move on and actually plug in the actual programmer and power into the remote. So what you're going to do is your red end is going to go into the back of the new push button garage remote, and then we're going to put the back, which is the power from the original cigarette lighter, into this little grey socket here. As you can see, it only fits one way, so we're going to connect the red end first and then do the power. Okay, she's locked into place. Next thing you want to do is you want to, of course, make sure next thing you want to do is you want to connect the receiver or the programmer, the garage door programmer, to the actual power on the bike. Now, as you can see there, it only can go in one way, so I'm going to plug it in right now. Okay, so now we've got the actual electrics fitted to the bike. What we want to do is we want to turn the bike on, make sure she's running, and as you can see right there, the LED light is on, which is great because I don't have to remove that bloody speaker pod again. Way! which is always a bonus. So now we're going to program the remote to open the garage door. Okay guys, so there in the booklet you will see all the instructions of how to operate and how to program the remote itself. But on the side here, on page number 4, I think it is. Yeah, page number 4 is your codes for your personal garage door opener that's on the roof of your garage. Now mine was red button, all right, as it says there, red, and I had to press it twice, as you can see there. Now your guys might be different to mine, but it gives you a list of exactly how many times you need to press that button to program it for your garage door opener. Okay, so first thing you want to do then is you want to remove the cover like so, and here in the corner, on which way you're looking at it, is the program remote, the program button. So what we want to do is just give it a press. You should see a blue light. Awesome, blue light on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go find the lane button on my garage door opener that's attached to the garage roof. Okay, so there is the lane button on my garage door opener, so I'm going to press it. Just give it a short press, because if you press it longer than probably 6 to 8 seconds, maybe more, it's going to erase all your remotes, so you don't want to press and hold it. Okay, you just want to give it a quick press until the light comes on, and then go back to the bike. So now, obviously what you want to do is, depending on which garage door opener you have, for me it's red, so it's twice, so you press this button here, 1, 2, and you should hear an audible click from your garage door opener that's on the roof. Once you've done that, press again the button down there to save. Simple as that. So now what should happen, as I press this button, my garage door should open. And as if by magic, look at that! Okay, so now we've tested everything and we know it works, which is great. Obviously put your cover back onto the remote, and then you've got to find somewhere to lay it so it's out of the way. We've got obviously the Velcro and the cable tie, so I'm going to tidy this up, make it look nice, and then we're going to put the bike back together. So there you go guys, I haven't died doing that job. I didn't have an aneurysm, like flashing at me for whatever reason, weirdly enough. But as you can see, if you don't have to take the speaker pod off, then it is pretty easy to do. Like you saw, you just unscrew that outer cap from the inner actual cigarette lighter itself. Make sure you keep hold of that from this side to unscrew it. If you can't unscrew it with a pair of long nose pliers, you're going to have to take the speaker pod off, and trust me, it was a nightmare, yes, and a lot of screws. I think there was like 12 screws, bolts and screws within that just for the speaker pod itself. So it was a bit of a nightmare to get off, but once it's off, it's pretty easy to dismantle a cigarette lighter, as you saw. Then you've obviously got to put it back together in the right sequence, in the right order, to make sure that you don't get any ingress of water into those speakers while you're riding on the road. But yeah, it's an awesome bit of kit, and again, the best thing about this is it's a veteran-owned company, and you guys know, as being a veteran myself, this is an awesome bit of kit from Rogers Unlimited for Harley-Davidson Touring models, road glides and street glides. That is just helps you guys out on the road. Another awesome just accessory that you can add to the bike with ease, and it helps you get into the garage when you get back home. That way you don't have to shout the missus or ring her and say, can you open the garage for me? You can do it yourself now, which is fantastic. Big shout out to Rogers Unlimited. I will leave the link to these down below so you guys can go check them out. They retail at $169.99 US, and they come in a variety of different colours. I got the red one, a red and black outer, because obviously the red and black on the bike, but they do chrome, the blue, all different colours for the LED inside. Go check them out. Like I said, I'll leave the website down below, and for $169, and it's going to a veteran-owned company, which is great. Can't complain about that, man. That is awesome. Anyway, I am Stevie, the Military Biker. I hope you enjoyed that install and slightly little review video. Again, please go check these guys out. All right, they are awesome, and it's such an awesome, cool bit of kit that, you know, saves you time and effort when you get back after the ride. Please remember, if you did like the video, to give it a thumbs up, and if you are indeed new to the channel, like that says somewhere down there right now, please think about subscribing. It does help the channel grow, and gets me out there to see it, for other people to see, you know, my videos. But anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed the video. Big shout out to Rogers Unlimited Incorporated from down in the States. Awesome bit of kit. Anyway, I am Stevie, the Military Biker. Take it easy, ride safe wherever you are around the world, and remember, you'll never walk alone.